Good afternoon and welcome. We finally get a break in the weather, and that means we are going to get some baseball in here today as the West Aurora Blackhawks play host to the Plainfield South Cougars. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. My name is Aaron Shellen, and my partner in crime today is Jesus Mauricio, and we're going to get started here a little bit early. So they tricked us a little bit, but we will get you today's starting lineups as we go. On the mound for the Blackhawks today is Colin Tarr. First pitch from Tarr is right in there for a strike and 0-1. Leading off for Plainfield today is the center fielder Josh McGuigan. The number 2 man in the order is the right fielder Xander Tubbs. Matt Kelleher will bat third and play third. That pitch is fouled off out of play. 0-2. The cleanup hitter for the Cougars will be the first baseman Zach Fabus. The number 5 hitter is the left fielder, Evan Chance. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Tarr to McGuigan. Kicks and fires. Upstairs for a ball, 1-2. The number 6 hitter is the shortstop, Blake Pomachamum. The number 7 hitter is the designated hitter, Ryan Strezzo. Batting 8th, the second baseman, Evan Carey. And doing the catching, in the number 9 spot, Brendan Pasquale against the right-hander, Colin Tarr. Upstairs with that one as well, 2-2.
I mean, you got to admire, the leadoff hitter taking this at bat, not being too choosy with his pitches, but just seeking what he can pick at.
Yeah, that's job of a leadoff hitter is to see some pitches and take those pitches, and he has done that. Here is the 2-2 pitch. That one's right there, called strike 3. So first strikeout of the game for Tarr, 1 away here in the top of the first. A little overcast today, but at least we have some baseball being played, which is more than I can say for the last 2 weeks. As we've tried here to get both baseball and softball in here on Stream Sports Midwest, but we have not had any luck with the weather at all. We get a small break. It's supposed to rain a little bit later tonight, but enough time to get a baseball game in. So 1 out here in the top of the first, and that will bring up Xander Tubbs, the right fielder, behind in the count, 0-1. Tarr comes set, delivers. That one's right there for a strike, 0-2. So Tarr doing a nice job pounding that fastball over here early and getting ahead in the count. And set the first batter down looking, head of the second batter here, 0-2. Tarr kicks and fires. Looks like just a bit outside, maybe. Count goes to 1-2 on the right fielder, Xander Tubbs.
Can't blame Tarr for going for the KO pitch there. I mean, dominating so far.
Yeah, you don't want to no reason to waste a pitch if you're feeling it. So 1-2 now is the count on Tubbs. That one's lined into right field for a base hit. Alex Jackson out there in right field will field it. So a 1-out single for Tubbs here in the top of the first. That will bring up the number 3 hitter and third baseman, Matt Kelleher, for the Cougars. So we'll see if Tarr's approach changes at all here with a runner on first base rather than bases clear. So Kelleher stepping in, Tubbs at first. Give you a West Aurora's defensive alignment here after this first pitch. Breaking pitch stays upstairs for a ball. So on the infield, left to right or third to first rather for the Blackhawks, Andrew Carmen at third. Joe Pokrifke at short, Austin Pierce at second, Ethan Weaver at first. And I'll give you the outfield alignment here after the 1-0 pitch. Over to first, and Tubbs is just back in safely. Outfield left to right for the Blackhawks, Kelly Roney in left, Brock Bietis in center, and Alex Jackson gets the start in right field, and Ben Wisniewski does the catching for Colin Tarr. Top of the first inning here, just underway. Another throw over to first, and Tubbs is back in safely again. A lot of attention being paid to Xander Tubbs over at first base.
Good on Tarr for not being, complacent and paying attention to that runner. That shows that he's urgent and trying to get out of the inning.
Yeah, he's in the game. And there goes Tubbs. Throw down to second. Tubbs is he's called safe. That was a hard, accurate throw from Wisniewski down there. to Pokrifke, and Tubbs just in under the throw safely. So down to second goes Tubbs.
Yeah, it looked like McQuiggan had a good jump on that. Read the windup from Tar and
It looks like
took
we got a
advantage of it.
pause here. Tubbs may have been a little shaken up, maybe gotten some dirt in the eye or something. I think that's what they're signaling. I think they're saying he got some dirt in the eye here. So, and that pitch to Kelleher was a ball. So it's 2-0 now on Matt Kelleher. Yeah, it was a cloud of dust down there at second base as Tubbs went in head first, and some of that ended up in the eyeball. So we'll rinse that eye out here a little bit and get back to play.
Yeah, never a soft landing whenever you launch your body at second.
No, and this, this isn't light and fluffy dirt with all the rain we've had. This is, clumps of mud and heavy, wet dirt. So it's got to feel pretty uncomfortable catching that in the eye. So once again, top of the first inning here in our first West Aurora baseball game of the year, brought to you by Stream Sports Midwest. My name is Aaron Schellen. My partner today, Jesus Mauricio, doing the fine camera work and my color commentary this afternoon. I appreciate Jesus coming down here and joining me for game number one of hopefully what will be many West Aurora games here over the next couple of months. We have a full schedule of West spring events planned for you here in the months of April and May. Tomorrow, in fact, myself and my partner, Eric Willowite, will be bringing you badminton at 4 o'clock from, I believe it's in the main gym. So Eric and I will have that for you live. And then Jesus and I are back at it this Saturday right here with some more baseball. So now that hopefully the weather is starting to clear up here a little bit, we're going to get down here as quickly, as much as we can, and bring in as many live Blackhawk events as we possibly can. So we're still in a bit of a delay here as the number 2 hitter, Xander Tubbs, at a 1-out single to right, stole second, caught a face full of dirt on that face first slide into second. So we're still in a bit of a delay here. It's relatively warm. I mean, I would say it's not uncomfortable. It definitely feels like spring here at West. It's not raining. It's 55 degrees at first pitch. Game started a little bit early. I think maybe they want to try to make sure that they can get the game in before the rain starts later today. Game was initially supposed to start at 4:30. We started, first pitch was at about 4:23 p.m. So a little bit early here, caught me a little off guard, but thankfully Jesus and I were prepared and ready to go. So 55 degrees and overcast here at West Aurora, but good enough to play baseball, and we are, I think, ready to go as Tubbs has got the helmet back on. He's got the batting gloves back on, and Tar is set on the mound. A 2-0 count to the number 3 hitter, Matt Kelleher. Tar in the stretch, checks the runner at second, comes home with it. As Kelleher tries to hold up on the high heat, he can't. 2-1 now is the count on the number 3 hitter. Zach Fabus, the first baseman, is in the on-deck circle for Plainfield South. Here comes the 2-1. That one's lined to second. Play is made there by Pierce. Bobbles it, throws to first. Nice scoop over at first by Ethan Weaver to retire Kelleher. Tubbs goes down to third on the throw. So Pierce took that ball. It was a hard, low grounder off his glove, was able to recover quickly enough, and a really nice scoop over at first by Ethan Weaver to retire Matt Kelleher and get Tar 1 out closer to getting out of the top of the first here, and he will face that first baseman, Zach Fabus, with Tubbs now at third. Fabus, the lefty down there, big, tall lefty.
Yeah, Aaron, I was talking about the field here earlier. This is deep corners here, especially to right field.
Yeah, there's a lot of space in the corners here. Ball can roll for a long time if it's hit correctly, and that first pitch is over for a strike to Fabus, 0-1. One pitch in the dirt, blocked by Wisniewski, 1-1.
was a great stop right there.
Yeah, especially with a runner at third, that to be able to play defensively back there with a runner at third base is huge. You want to be able to get out of this without giving up a run, and wild pitch or a pass ball is an easy way to score that runner from third. 1-1 the count now on Fabus. That pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. 1-2. Nice breaking pitch from Tar. Tar's ready, checks the runner. Tubbs at third. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Tar showing that emotion as he walks off the mound. That will retire the side. Plainfield strands a man at third. We go to the bottom of the first. Plainfield nothing. West Aurora coming up. Bottom of the first inning here. West Aurora going to get their first hacks at Plainfield South. Plainfield South stranded a runner at third in the first inning. West will come up here, and this is what their lineup will look like this afternoon. Leading off the shortstop, Joe Pokrifke. In the number 2 hole, the left fielder, Kelly Roney. The number 3 spot is the catcher, Ben Wisniewski. We'll give you the rest of the lineup here after the first pitch from Brett Snyder. First pitch is fouled off by Pokrifke, 0-1. In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, Ethan Weaver. The starting pitcher, Colin Tar, will bat 5th. Brock Biedas in center field bats 6th. Austin Pierce, the number 7 hitter, at second base. Here comes the 0-1 Pokrifke. One's low and outside for a ball. Matt Vincent is the designated hitter today, batting 8th, and Andrew Carmen in the number 9 hole playing third base. And they will face Brett Snyder, the righty for Plainfield South. 1-1 on Pokrifke. One's grounded over to third, played by Kelleher across the diamond, 1 away. Nicely done by Kelleher there, kind of backed up on it a little bit, let the bounce come up to him and made a strong, accurate throw across the diamond, 1 away here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that play just made Fabus look like he was really comfortable at first, looked like a veteran play, looked natural.
Yep. Give you Plainfield South's defensive alignment here in just a second as Kelly Roney steps in, the number 2 hitter. First pitch to Roney, check swing. He did not hold, or did he hold up? They're going to say he held up? Nope, they're going to say he held up. So ball 1 on Roney. So third to first for Plainfield South. The aforementioned Matt Kelleher at third, Blake Pumpchamum at short, Evan Carey at second, Zach Fabus over at first. The pitch is lined into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit for Roney. Makes the turn at first, and Roney has a 1-out single for the Blackhawks. Left to right for Plainfield South, Evan Chance in left, Josh McGuigan in center, Xander Tubbs in right. Brandon Pasquale does the catching for Brett Snyder. And the Blackhawks, just like Plainfield South, a 1-out single here in the first inning. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Ben Wisniewski, the lefty. Got the gear on that front right leg. Lefties are prone to fouling that pitch into their front leg. Allen's hitting the air out to left, making a run for his chance. He's not going to get there. That's over his head. That's going to bounce up against the wall. Around second, into third goes Roney. He's going to stop there. Wisniewski will stroll into second with a one-out double, and the Blackhawks threaten here in the top of the first. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out.
And there goes those corners coming into play, Aaron. It takes any ball, and these kids can run. So
big outfield here at West Aurora. A lot of space in the outfield, and Wisniewski went the other way with it. You like to see that from the lefty. Take that pitch the other way down the left field line for a 1-out double. So 2 on, 1 out for the first baseman, Ethan Weaver, looking to give the Blackhawks an early first inning lead here. He's got 2 in scoring position with 1 out. What do you think of Roney's socks? You like the high sock look?
I think it looks good for West Aurora, but it's giving me Cardinals vibes.
Yeah, a little bit. I like the high socks. I've always liked the high socks. First pitch is blocked by Pasquale in the dirt, 1-0.
I can appreciate a nice striped high sock, but if I had the choice of stirrups, I think I'd lean with that.
Yeah, you go with the stirrups?
Got to.
So 1-0 is the count on Weaver. Snyder kicks and fires. That one's fouled straight back, 1-1.
Just under that. That could have been deadly. Be connected.
And if you're Weaver, you just want to get something into the outfield. Get something into the outfield or get a deep ground ball to get that runner home from third with less than 2 outs here. Obviously, you want to get something down and try to get both runners home, but just a productive at-bat here in the first inning. Try to give your team the lead early. 1-1 pitch to Weaver. That one's low for a ball, 2-1. I mean, it's a pretty comfortable day, given that there's no sun. You can get a bit of a breeze here, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. We've been waiting to do this for like 3 weeks now. We've just had game after game after game postponed due to weather. So we got about 3.5, 4 hours here to kill. So let's play some baseball. Allen's in the dirt, 3-1.
Yeah, tell me about it, Aaron. I'm tired of being inside, tired of seeing the snow, and glad to be out here.
Yeah, there's something about baseball. It immediately makes you feel better. It could be miserable outside, but you feel better watching a baseball game. So Ethan Weaver heading the count here, 3-1. Allen swung on and missed by Weaver. Count goes full, 3-2.
Let's see what Snyder delivers here on this at-bat, because so far everything's just been getting tipped.
Yeah, and he does have first base open, so you got to wonder if there's another foul ball. If he wants to challenge Weaver here and try to set him down on strikes, or if you want to try to get him to maybe chase a pitch outside of the strike zone, get himself out. But you put that runner on first and you set up force play at every base. So I think he's got to be careful here with him, but not so careful that he throws something that Weaver has no interest in swinging at. We'll see what happens here on the 3-2 pitch. Snyder delivers. That one swung on and missed. Huge strikeout for Snyder. 2 on, 2 outs now for the Blackhawks, and that will bring up the pitcher, Colin Tarr, who has a chance to help his own cause here. A little 2-out poke, a little 2-out magic, 2-out RBI. Give himself some breathing room.
Yeah, I know if I'm a pitcher and I see my name in the lineup, oh yeah, it's no playing. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's right in the middle of the lineup here. So 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Tarr. Allen's popped up. Back on it goes Pumshamum, and the catch is actually made by the left fielder, Evan Chance, and that will retire the side. So the Blackhawks squander golden opportunity here in the bottom of the first. We go to the second, scoreless. Top two here on the campus of West Aurora. No score through one. Blackhawks had two runners in scoring position with one out, not able to get them in. So we go to the second scoreless, 5-6-7 for Plainfield South here against Colin Tarr. Evan Chance, the left fielder, will lead off. He swings at the first pitch, lines it into center field. That's going to get down for a hit. That's actually going to get past Brock Biedas out there in center. Brock cuts it off nicely, though. Throw into second, and Chance is in safely with a leadoff double. So Biedas made a bead for it, was able to stop that from getting past him and rolling up to the wall, made a strong throw into second, just a little high, pulled Pokrivky off the base, and Evan Chance will be at second here with nobody out in the top of the second. And that will bring up the shortstop, Blake Pomachamum, for Plainfield South. As the breeze picks up here a little bit, that's okay. It's still comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
First pitch is upstairs as Pomachamum squares the bunt, pulls it back for a ball. And that wind is blowing pretty hefty out, really right in our faces. You look at the American flag, it's blowing out towards left field. 1-0 count on Pomachamum. Cougar shortstop today. Tarr checks Chance at second, comes home with it as Pomachamum reaches for the bunt there. And you can see that bunt attempt, he didn't pull the bat back and let the ball come to him. He sort of jabbed at the ball with the bat and missed it there. And that's not what you want to be doing when you're trying to sack bunt. You need to take that ball with the bat and deaden it. At any rate, counts 1-1 on Pomachamum now.
Always comes down to the fundamentals.
Got that right. That pitch is blocked nicely in the dirt by Wisniewski. Pomachamum holds off 2-1. Tarr is set. Kicks and fires. Way upstairs for a ball. Count is now 3-1 on Pomachamum. And you have to wonder if maybe Tarr's being a little bit careful here. Put that runner on first base, maybe set up the double play with the next batter. You have first base open, take advantage of it maybe. So we'll see what happens here on the 3-1 pitch. That one's right there for a strike at the knees. Count goes full.
You know, Aaron, it could be possible that Tarr and Wisniewski are, maybe changing up their signs with that runner on second, maybe not letting their signs get out there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, when you have that runner at second, you have sort of an understanding first sign indicator or something like that, so the pitcher knows what he's supposed to throw. That one's fouled to the right. That one's gonna curve out of play over onto the JV field. That's playing over to our right. And before we get too far into the game, we'll get this 3-2 pitch here out of the way to Pomachamum. Kicks and fires. That's way upstairs, and Pomachamum will draw a walk. So 2-on, nobody out here in the second inning for Plainfield South. I want to give a special thanks to Jason Buckley, the athletic director here at West Aurora, who sort of made this happen. Some of you may recognize my voice. I've been helping out Neil Ormond on the boys and girls basketball broadcast for the last 3 years now. And I came to Jason a couple months ago and asked him if he would be interested in having Stream Sports Midwest to come out and broadcast some of their spring events. And he was all for it. And here we are. So very special thanks to Jason for making that happen. Be remiss if I didn't thank Jason early and often. So here comes the first pitch to Ryan Strezzo. It's upstairs for a ball. He squared to bunt as Ethan Weaver came running in from first base. Looking to get two into scoring position here with one out. And what you'll see is the second baseman, Austin Pierce, looks like he's rotating over to first, and in from first comes Weaver. A little bit of a cycle play as that pitch is upstairs for a ball as well. 2-0.
Yeah, you got to appreciate Weaver too. Sacrificing his body, sprinting towards home. That's got to take some guts.
You always got to keep it in the back of your mind that batter could pull the bat back and put a swing on put a swing on the ball, and you're holding your life in your hands there. So Counts 2-0 though is here, so Tar needs to get one in. Get back into this count a little bit as Plainfield South is threatening. 2 on, nobody out here, top of 2. That one's grounded to the second baseman. Pierce over to short, Krifke over to first, and the runner is safe at first. So down to third goes Chance. Pomachamum is out on the fielder's choice 4-6, and Strezzo will reach on the fielder's choice there. So runners at the corners now with 1 out. Nice job by Pearson and Pokrifke to try to turn that double play. Just hit a little too slow, and that's a function of the weather. The ground is still wet. You can feel it underneath our feet. It's, you're walking in not mud, but it's a soft ground. So the ground, if this was June, the field would have been a lot harder, and that's probably a double play right there. That ball's bunted down the first base line, foul by the second baseman, Evan Carey. But as is, this grass is still, the grass and the ground is damp, so the ball doesn't travel as fast. Just not enough time for Pierce and Pokrifke to turn 2 there. So Plainfield South threatening. Runner on third is Evan Chance. Runner on first, Ryan Strezzo at the dish. Evan Carey, the second baseman, behind in the count, 0-1. Tar delivers. Again, you see Carey there kind of jabbing at that bunt, and he missed. Count to fall behind, 0-2. Fundamentals of baseball there. You have to deaden the ball, and you can't do that if you're jabbing at it with the bat. So Tar's 1 strike away from setting down Carey. See if he can keep that runner at third. And if the first inning is any indication, Tar's got a lot of energy and emotion out there. So we'll see what happens here. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Tar. And he is 1 out away from working out of this second inning jam. And to do that, he will have to get by the number 9 hitter, Brendan Pasquale, the catcher. At the end of the first inning, Tar struck out Fabus and gave a little motion out there, a little fist bump in the first inning. So if he's doing that in the first, you have to wonder what that reaction is going to look like here if he can strike out a man with a runner at third. That one's grounded to third. Carmen has it across the diamond, and that will retire the side. And Tar does indeed work out of a 2-on, nobody out jam. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second inning here at West Aurora. No score. Both teams have threatened. Plainfield South had a runner on second with 1 out in the first. They had 2 on with nobody out in the second. West had two men in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Couldn't get either run home. So that clutch hitting hasn't been there here early on as both teams have had their chances, but neither team has been able to convert. We'll see if West can change that here as they send up 6, 7, 8 against Brett Snyder. Leading off will be the center fielder, Brock Beatis. Brock, a long, lean lefty. First pitch from Snyder is at the knees for a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, Aaron, I feel like today's going to be one of those games where everyone just gets beat up. The pitchers just, get 5, 6 hits on them.
Well,
let a couple runs.
it's still early in the season for these guys, and they've had so many rainouts and so many postponements that it's hard, especially if you're a pitcher, to get into any real groove. And the pitchers during early spring are always lagging behind the hitters. That one's grounded foul to the left. Is that to stay fair? Nope, it's going to say foul. That one was barehanded by Keller. Vietas hustled down the first base line. Home plate umpire called that one foul. You don't have a dirt track between home plate and first and home plate and third, so it's a little bit harder to see from this angle if that ball went fair or foul. But according to the home plate umpire, it was foul. So
we play on.
Vietas behind in the count 1-2. Austin Pierce and Matt Vincent will follow. Here comes the 1-2.
Heads up.
Fouled back our way. And that is something we are absolutely going to have to keep an eye on here, as we are in prime foul ball position. So I have told Jesus that protect the gear and protect the equipment at all costs. So you may see Jesus diving in front of the camera and taking a line drive off the chest to protect our gear here. Here comes the 1-2. That one's grounded to third, fielded cleanly by Kelleher. And that is the first out of the inning. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to dive under the table. So I'm not getting in the way. But Jesus, I need to make sure that we protect our camera and the rest of our equipment.
Hey, anything for the broadcast.
Yeah, that's right. Anything for the broadcast. That's the right mindset. Stepping in now, the number 7 hitter, second baseman Austin Pierce, as Vietas grounded out to third, leading off the bottom of the second. Pierce, number 9, takes that pitch, I believe, outside for a ball. Yep, 1-0. Again, that wind is starting to pick up here just a little bit more than it was at first pitch, but of course, it always feels like it's right in our face. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. It doesn't matter where you're calling a game from. The wind is always blowing you right in the face.
Piercing your hands and just like biting at your ears. It's never easy.
Yep. I'm prepared though. I've got the gloves. I've got the winter hat in case the temperature does drop. But right now, a hoodie and jeans and comfortable. That pitch is low for a ball, 3-0. It's the count here on Pierce. He looks to draw a 1-out walk. Plainfield South has a sort of a mixture of sort of a Penn State / Toronto Blue Jays look with their jersey. Their numbers are very Toronto Blue Jays-esque. That pitch is there for a strike, 3-1. But they've got the kind of the same colors as Penn State with that dark blue and white. West, of course, in their home reds with blue numbers piped in white pants, red socks for some of them. 3-1 on Pierce. That one's low for a ball. Pierce will go down to first with a 1-out walk. So a base runner here for West. That will bring up the designated hitter, Matt Vincent. Pierce down at first.
Aaron, what are your thoughts on the integration of sky blue, the baby blue?
In their jerseys?
Yeah. You know how it was back in the day. It was more common. It was more the
I love
jerseys.
I love the baby blue color in all color schemes in all sports. That powder blue and yellow is probably my favorite color scheme. Like the San Diego Chargers, and I absolutely love that. As that pitch is
down low
outside for a ball, 2-0, throw down to first, and Pierce is back in safely. I love it. I love the blue and blue and yellow. Like for me personally, I mean, I'm a born and raised New Englander. I'm a Red Sox fan. The Red Sox City Connect jerseys are the colors of the Boston Marathon, which is that powder blue and yellow. It's just a super cool look. As Vincent's ahead of that one, he's behind in the count here, 1-2 now.
Yeah, you could almost say that the baby blue is synonymous with baseball, pretty much.
Yeah, you saw it, especially in the 80s. You saw it a ton with the Royals, and the Blue Jays jerseys were that way. But it's a great color. It's a great color for a sports jersey. Absolutely. 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch, swung over the top of by Vincent. He is the second strikeout victim for Brett Snyder here. 2 outs, bottom of bottom of the second, and the third baseman, Andrew Carmen, will step in for the Blackhawks. If he reaches, Pokrifke will get a chance to bat here in inning number 2. Have to think maybe Pierce. We'll see what happens here, but maybe Pierce off with the pitch, try to get himself into scoring position here with 2 outs. First pitch from Snyder to Carmen. Check swing in there for a strike, nothing in 1.
Aaron, it kind of makes you think if West will take a page out of the Cougars playbook and, start doing that small ball, start bunting and laying them down.
And I mean, not with 2 outs, but
No.
You think, the longer into the game you go with it being tied, each run as that pitch is, did he hold off there or did he go around? Pitch was in the dirt. They're going to say he held up, so 1-1. The longer you go in the game with it being scoreless or tied or within a run, the more critical those individual runs become. So sure, you get the first couple men on in an inning, try to lay down a bunt, get those runners into scoring position. But that's kind of why that first inning, may come back to haunt West Aurora, 2 in scoring position with 1 out, not able to get them home. And there goes Pierce, and he's in standing. Ball goes into center field. Pierce does not advance though. So nice jump by Austin Pierce on that stolen base, made it into second base easily.
This is a very fast team. I don't know if it's the Sox or if they're the base coach, but they're doing their job right.
The high Sox always make you look faster.
Definitely, like a gazelle.
So Carmen now has a runner in scoring position. 2 outs, 1-2 the count on the third baseman, Andrew Carmen. Snyder is set, checks the runner, comes home with it. That one's called strike 3, and that will retire the side. So West Aurora strands a runner at second. We are through 2. Head to the third, no score. Top of the third inning, still no score. Plainfield will go back to the top of their order. Josh McGuigan, Xander Tubbs, and Matt Kelleher against Colin Tarr, who through 2 innings has allowed 1 hit, or 2 hits rather. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. McGuigan was a strikeout victim in the first. He struck out looking to lead this one off. Time called. Here comes that first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Right at the belt, nothing in 1.
Just giving Tarr extra time to get that breaking ball in.
Yeah, and getting ahead in the count is obviously critical. You don't want to fall behind, and put nothing worse than that leadoff walk. So that one's grounded to the right side, hauled in by Pierce. Easy flip over to first. 1 up, 1 down here in the third. It's good infield defense here by both teams here in the early going. 3 ground ball putouts and 4 ground ball putouts and almost a turn 2. It was played really cleanly, that double play. They just weren't able to turn it as the base runner got down the line quickly. So that'll bring up Xander Tubbs. Tubbs singled to right, stole second, and was stranded at third in the first inning. Heading the count here 1-0. Breaking pitch is low for a ball, 2-0. He was really working that fastball in the first inning. You've seen quite a few more breaking pitches here lately in inning 2, and especially here in inning 3. But in that first inning, it was pretty much all fastballs from Colin Tarr.
Got to wonder if he's just mixing it up, getting these guys off balance.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to throw him the same pitches each time they come up as he falls behind Tubbs 3-0. You want to throw different pitches in different situations each time, keep those hitters guessing. So right now, Tubbs having some success at the dish against Tarr. Singled in the first. He's heading the count now 3-1 here in the third. 1 out, top of the third, no score here at West Aurora as the Blackhawks play host to the Plainfield South Cougars. Aaron Shellen alongside my partner and cameraman, Jesus Mauricio. That one's grounded foul down to third. Count goes full 3-2. This game being brought to you by Stream Sports Midwest. Happy to be partnering with West Aurora Athletics here this spring. And I think we have 13 or 14 events planned here over the next couple of weeks through April. And then who knows what's going to happen in May. I'm sure we'll have another dozen for you as we finish up the season. That one's grounded over to second again, underneath the glove of Pierce, and down to first goes Tubbs. So just as I kind of praise the infield defense, Austin Pierce lifts that glove up a split second too soon. Ball hits the webbing of the glove, and Tubbs is on for the second time today.
And, I mean, you mentioned these ground balls that West is fielding. These aren't, soft ground balls. These are missiles. So
yeah, that was a hard-hit ground ball. Still one that, if you asked Austin, would probably say he should have had.
Yeah.
It was right at him. He just got that glove up a little too soon. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-0 to the number 3 hitter, Matt Kelleher. So, yeah, I believe we've got 12 or 13 events planned here in April. We've got some more boys baseball. We've got some girls softball. We've got badminton, and we've got volleyball. Throw over to first, and Tubbs is back in volleyball. I know we have a soccer game coming up in a couple of weeks, so keep your eye on our socials, our Facebook, our Twitter pages. We'll kind of tell you where and when we're going to be, but we're here today. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the main gym for badminton. Looking forward to that. Eric and I bantering for 2 hours is what that's going to be, so that should be a lot of fun.
Should be pay-per-view.
That's right. 1-0 is the count. That pitch is blocked in the dirt by Wisniewski. Count goes to 2-0 to Kelleher.
Yeah, I think I remember playing one game of badminton like way back in like high school or maybe middle school gym.
I was saying, you're not that old, man. How long ago could high school have been for you?
It feels like forever. I mean, COVID kind of messes up the years.
That's very true. As that pitch, I believe, I'm going to say that one did catch the knees. This home plate umpire is really slow in his balls and strikes calls. That one did catch the knees, though. So 2-1 is the count on the third baseman, Kelleher, who grounded out to second in the first. Swung on and fouled off as Tubbs was running down to second. So the count is now 2-2 on Kelleher. Tubbs did steal a base in that first inning, got a face full of dirt for his efforts. And he was off there with the pitch, but it was fouled at the plate by Kelleher. So we'll see if he's off here again with the 2-2 pitch.
And he's not scared of second base, so he will steal it.
No, he's not off the 2-2 pitch, and Kelleher's out ahead of that one. Strikeout number 4 here for Colin Tarr in 2 2/3 innings, and that will bring up the first baseman, Zach Fabus. And Zach was a strikeout victim himself to end the first inning. So 4 Ks here early on for Colin Tarr. He's been doing a nice job mixing up that off-speed pitch with his fastball, keeping those hitters off balance, and that one was Kelleher ahead of a breaking pitch from Tarr.
Yeah, gotta love how Tarr's just dissecting the batters one by one and really just seeing their weakness.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job keeping those hitters off balance. They don't know what to expect, and see if he can set Fabus down here, the big, tall lefty, as that pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Tarr set. Checks Tubbs over at first. See if Tubbs is off now. Throw over to first. Almost got away from Weaver down there. Nice job by Ethan to field that one. He's keeping an eye down there on Xander Tubbs. He was doing that in the first inning, too. Went over to first base a handful of times against Tubbs before Xander was able to steal second base. So more of the same here. That pitch is right there for a strike as he pounds the strike zone with the fastball, 1-1. And the throw down to second gets Tubbs on a delayed steal. That caught me off guard a little bit there. That was a delayed steal by Xander Tubbs. But heady work by Ben Wisniewski behind the plate, and that will retire the side. We head to the bottom of the third. Still no score here at West Aurora. Top of the order here for the Blackhawks in the bottom of the third as they look to break through against Brett Snyder, Joe Pokrifke, Kelly Roney, and Ben Wisniewski.
Yeah, top of the order. They've seen what Plainfield South has to offer, and I think they're ready for the taking here.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I mean, this is a good opportunity for Pokrifke to kind of be that leadoff hitter again. The leadoff hitter technically only leads off once a game, but he's got an opportunity here maybe to see some more pitches and kind of do some damage here early in the inning, try to get on base. That pitch is, I believe, outside for a ball, 1-0. Yep. West threatened in the first. They had two runners in scoring position with one out, not able to get anything done. That one's hitting the air out to right. Over is Tubbs. He settles underneath it and makes the catch, one away here in the third inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Kelly Roney. Kelly singled and was stranded at third back in the first inning. So Brett Snyder settled down nicely, gave up those back-to-back hits in the first, was able to get the two runners there, struck out two batters last inning, has set down now 5 or 6 of the last 7 Blackhawk hitters. First pitch to Roney. Ahead of that breaking pitch, 0-1. Ben Wisniewski in the on-deck circle. Big lefty backstop for West Aurora. That pitch is in there for a strike as well. 0-2 now on Roney. So we got an old-fashioned pitcher's duel here through 2 1/3. Both pitchers bringing it. They're picking their spots with those fastballs, keeping the hitters off balance with the breaking stuff. Here comes the 0-2. That one's low for a ball. They have the count wrong on the scoreboard. It's actually 1-2, not 1-1, but nonetheless.
Great take there by Roney. Close to the knees.
There we go. 1-2 is the count. That one's grounded in the hole, fielded by Pumpchamum. He mishandles it, and Roney's going to be safe at first on the E6. So just like West Aurora last inning, an error by an infielder gets a base runner on here early in the inning. So 1 on, 1 out for the catcher, Ben Wisniewski. And he had the big hit. He doubled down the left field line in the first inning. And you can see Matt Kelleher talking to Evan Chance and telling him to move over a little bit, play more towards that line as he found that space that Jesus was talking about early on. A lot of space in the outfield here. Low and inside for a ball.
Yeah, on that last ground ball to the shortstop, Canham.
Yep.
Yeah, it almost looked like he had it. It just slipped right under the mitt.
Yeah, you got to keep that glove on the ground until the ball settles in the mitt. They're just so eager to make that transition as that one's grounded in the hole. Pumpchamum has another opportunity here. Goes over to first with it, and Wisniewski is out there. Roney will go down to second on the 6-3 put out. They're so eager to make that transition from glove to hand to make the throw that sometimes they get out ahead of themselves and they don't field the ball cleanly. And that happened in the second inning to Austin, or in the top of the third inning to Austin Pearson, in the bottom of the third inning here to Pomchamum. And that will bring up now Ethan Weaver as an opportunity to give the Blackhawks the lead with a base hit here. Runner on second, 2 away. Weaver struck out to end, or in the first inning, with runners on second and third. He takes that pitch inside for a ball. Backs him off the plate, 1-0. Snyder's ready, checks the runner at second, delivers. That one's at the belt for a strike. Kelly Roney down at second, reached on an E6 with 1 out here in the third. 1-1 is the count now on the first baseman, Ethan Weaver. Weaver swings through that fastball, foul tip, 1-2 now.
Yeah, Aaron, one thing that you notice from Snyder, I don't know if it's his off speed or what it is, but it just has like a similar arm angle. It's hard to read.
And that's and that one's popped up on the infield. Back for it is Pomchamum. Catch is actually made by Evan Carey to retire the side. And we'll continue that thought in the top of the fourth. No score here. Top of the fourth inning here at West Aurora. Still no score. 4-5-6 will face Colin Tarr for the Cougars. That's Zach Fabus, Evan Chance, and Blake Pomchamum against the right-hander for the Blackhawks, who has struck out 4, walked 1, given up 2 hits through 3. One of those strikeout victims at the plate, Zach Fabus, struck out to end inning number 1. That one's going to be lined, just outside of the diving reach of Pokrivki into left field. So first pitch swinging for Fabus. Leadoff single here for the Cougars. And you were talking last inning about arm angle on fastball and breaking pitch. And that's obviously critical, because as a hitter, if the pitcher's throwing his off-speed stuff from a different arm angle, or you can see the grip on his hand, then you know what pitch is coming. So if his delivery is the same, whether he's throwing a fastball, a changeup, or a curveball, that one's hit high in the air out to center field. Beatis settles underneath it. Can of corn out there in center for Brock. 1 away here in the fourth. If they aren't changing their delivery from pitch to pitch, as a batter, you have no idea what's coming. You have to react rather than, if a pitcher throws his off-speed pitch from a 3/4 angle, if he's making that delivery, you're going to see something off-speed. So it's really important to make sure that delivery is repeatable from pitch to pitch. Throw over to first. Fabus is back in. Blake Pomchamum up for Plainfield now. He walked back in the second inning. Another throw over to first. That one gets away from Pierce down to second goes Fabus. He's going to hold up there on the E1. So a bit of an erratic throw that time from Colin Tarr. Gets away from Ethan Weaver down the right field line. And Fabus scampers into second. So second error of the game for the Blackhawks here.
You know, Aaron, with these low fences, it's not really that we're on an uphill, but it almost looks like he's throwing downhill. I don't know, maybe it's from this angle here, but
well, I mean, the mound is elevated, so I mean that does take some practice as that first pitch is fouled off. It's hard to get used to being higher than the person that you're throwing to because you are literally throwing downhill. And sometimes those throws can be erratic. Pitchers at all levels have trouble throwing to bases because they're throwing from an elevated position. It's absolutely a skill. So 0-1 is the count on Pomachamum now. That one's popped up, foul out of play, and Tar's ahead in the count, 0-2.
yeah, Tar really in a comfortable spot here. You know, even with the man on second, I think him and Wisniewski feel comfortable just containing this at bat here.
Yeah, you focus on the person in front of you, you know, and let what happens. If you can control the at bat, then the guy at second doesn't matter. And he controlled that at bat right there. He blows the fastball past Pomachamum, second out of the inning, fifth strikeout of the game for Tar, and that will bring up the designated hitter Ryan Strezzo. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. He hit the ground ball that was almost a double play, but Strezzo was able to beat that one out. So another runner in scoring position with 2 outs here. So another kind of clutch at bat here for one of these two teams. Let's see if West can continue kind of this trend of good pitching beating good hitting, which we've seen through the first 3 2/3. First pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Tar not liking the call from Wisniewski.
Hey, shook a couple off there, got one he likes. Wanted that fastball and put it upstairs, I believe. Yep, 2-0. No score here, top of the fourth inning. Both teams have had opportunities really in every inning. There have been runners on base, but no runs as of yet. Big lead off second by Fabus. Here comes the throw to the plate. That one is in there for a strike, 2-1. Again, that home plate umpire is really slow with the calls, so I'm making some assumptions here on some of these, but that looked like a good pitch. So 2-1 now on Strezzo.
I'm with you, my friend.
It's very casual is probably the way to put it. Very casual with his ball and strike call. A breaking pitch got Strezzo to bend out of the way, 2-2. That was a strike. Yeah, Strezzo bent out of the way as Tar had him fooled here. He's ahead in the count now, 2-2. Looking for strikeout number 6. Runner on second is Fabus. He reached on a single. Tar, long look into Wisniewski. Gets the pitch he wants. Comes home with it. Foul tipped at the plate. Just got a piece of that one. Did Strezzo to stay alive at 2-2.
And I know Wisniewski is just hissing at himself right now. He wishes he could catch that.
Try to catch that foul ball. Yep. Wisniewski gets the signs from his head coach, John Reeves, down there. Tar is now ready. Here comes the 2-2 again. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will retire the side. That is 6 strikeouts through 4 innings for Colin Tar. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Still 0-0. We head to the bottom of the fourth here at West Aurora. Today's West Aurora and Plainfield South game brought to you by Stream Sports Midwest. Aaron Shellen alongside my partner today, Jesus Mauricio. We got a good one. 4-0 here, bottom of the fourth inning. Both starting pitchers, Brett Snyder and Colin Tarr, doing a nice job working out of some jams really in every inning. There hasn't been a single 1-2-3 inning in this game. Closest thing to it was the third inning for Plainfield South, where Xander Tubbs reached on an error and was caught stealing as that one's lined to the first baseman, short hopped by Fabus. He will beat Tarr to the base. One away here in the fourth. Good pitching, really good pitching, especially in those critical type situations where you had runners on base. It looks like both pitchers have sort of, they bear down a little bit more with when they get those runners on base. And, every pitch has got a little bit more oomph. It's, it's placed a little bit more accurately, and so far so good. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Plainfield South. That pitch is inside for a ball. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for West Aurora here. Stepping in is Brock Beatis. Brock grounded to third back in the second. Hits that one on the ground to Pomachamum. Pomachamum across the diamond. Beatis is out as Fabus with the short hop. Umpire took a second to make sure that Fabus held on to that ball down at first base, but Brock hustled down the line and made that thing a lot closer than maybe it should have been off the bat there, as that was a routine grounder to the shortstop, and Brock hustled down the line there to make it close. At any rate, 2 away now. Austin Pierce, second baseman, now up for the Blackhawks. He walked and stole a base and was stranded at second back in the second. Pitches upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Aaron, I feel like if you're the Cougars right now, or even Snyder, I kind of feel good about this low pitch count in this inning.
Yeah, I mean, you got Tarr on one pitch, or 2, on 1 pitch, and Brock on 2. Throwing a couple out of the strike zone here to Austin Pierce. Austin ahead in the count 2-0. Four in a row set down by Brett Snyder here for Plainfield South. Really settled down after that first inning. That one's fouled straight back. 2-1. 10 of the last 12 set down by Snyder. Had an error back in the third, allowed Kelly Roney to reach, and then he walked Austin last time up. But other than that, he's been perfect since the double to Ben Wisniewski in the first. 2-1 now. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 on Pierce. If Austin reaches, Matt Vincent would get an opportunity to hit here in the fourth against Brett Snyder. Snyder kicks and deals. That one just misses as Kelleher was a couple steps in towards the visitor's dugout right there, as he was expecting that one to be called strike 3. Here comes the 2-2. That one's hit out to the right side. Back forward is the first baseman, Zach Fabus. He puts that one away to retire the side. So the Blackhawks go 1-2-3 here in the fourth, the first 1-2-3 inning of the game. We head to the fifth. Still no score. Top of the 5th inning. Still goose eggs on both sides. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Plainfield South. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Blackhawks. 8, 9, and 1 for the Cougars here against Colin Tarr, who was allowed 3 hits but struck out 6 through 4. Evan Carey was one of those 6. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Hits that one straight up in the air, fouled back, 0-1. Tarr is ready. Delivers. That one's hit hard to second, fielded there by Pierce cleanly over to first for the outs. A nice job by Austin that time to stay on that ball and put Carey down 4-3.
Solid redemption there.
Yeah, set down his opposite number as the second baseman grounds out to the second baseman, and that's 1 away here in the 5th. It's 4 in a row now, put down by Colin Tarr. That will bring up the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Brendan Pasquale. That pitch is way upstairs to Brendan for a ball.
If our friend Sam Brief is listening right now, I think he'd kill me if I forgot the reference.
What does he refer to it as? A golden out? Is that what Sam Brief, the voice of the Chicago Dogs, refers to that as a golden out when a player is put out to his opposite? So second baseman grounds out to a second baseman. He coined that one. We'll give him credit for it.
That's so unique.
Yeah, Sammy, that one's for you, my man. So count is 2-0 on the number 9 hitter, Brendan Pasquale. That pitch is in there, I believe, for a strike. Yep. Catches the inside corner, 2-1. And that was exactly what I was thinking when I was talking about that. I'm like, if Sam was here, he would have called that a golden out. 2-1. That one is outside for a ball, 3-1 on the number 9 hitter. Pasquale grounded to third to end the 2nd inning. Tarr is ready. That one's hit in the air, out to left center. Catch is going to be made out there by Roney for the 2nd out of the inning. So Roney and Vietas did a nice job out there communicating.
Yeah.
With the wind, and that ball was hit sort of not that high, so both fielders had to hustle to get into a fielding play. And nicely done by Roney and Vietas to talk to each other as Brock gave way to the left fielder, Kelly Roney, who had the 2nd out of the inning. And now up is the center fielder and leadoff man, Josh McGuigan. And he is behind in the count here, 0-1. 0-1. Breaking pitch did not break. Stay upstairs, 1-1.
Aaron, I got to say the differences between these two lineups, I feel like the Cougars, they're more diverse. You got lefty, righty, and they're tall, short. Like, it's so hard to pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to make your pitches as that one catches the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. You can't worry about who or what is at the plate. If you're confident enough to make your pitches, you feel like you should be able to get anybody. So here comes the 1-2 to McGuigan. That one's topped over to the right side, fielded by Weaver. Weaver 3-1, and Tarr covers, fields his position nicely there as Weaver underhands it to Tarr to retire the side. So after not having a 1-2-3 inning, the last 2 half innings have gone 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Blackhawks nothing, Cougars nothing. Bottom of the fifth inning, goose eggs. Nothing here as Brett Snyder entering his fifth inning of work. He has set down 5 in a row and 11 of his last 13. Blackhawks not having any success against Snyder here, really since the first inning. And they will send up 8-9-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Matt Vincent, the designated hitter, will lead off. He struck out swinging in the second. Tops that one foul towards us.
Aaron, you could almost say the goose eggs in this game are a result of the sitting ducks.
I see what you did there. The ducks were on the pond,
Yeah.
and they didn't come around, so they were sitting ducks.
Laid some eggs.
Goose eggs,
Yeah.
sitting ducks, eggs. I'm with you. Pitch upstairs causes Vincent to bend out of the way. That one, they're going to say it hit him.
Yeah, it looked like the ball kind of changed direction there. And as you can see,
so Vincent down to first, lead runner on here in the fifth inning. It's the first time the Blackhawks have had the lead man on here all afternoon. So that will bring up, and you talked about this earlier in the game about sacrifice bunt and using that to kind of try to get those runners into scoring position. And this is a perfect opportunity. You have your number 9 man up and Andrew Carmen top of the order, Joe Pokrifke in the on deck circle, Matt Vincent at the dish or at first base. We'll see if Carmen squares the bunt. He does. Takes that pitch low, throw down to first, and Vincent almost got caught sleeping down there at first base. That secondary lead was almost a little too secondary, but he was able to dive back in safely as Carmen takes that pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, showing off the athleticism there. He almost jumped the gun.
Yeah, you could see he was leaning to the right. He absolutely was leaning towards second base. Bunt attempt at there by Carmen is missing again. Kind of that jab attempt at the bunt, which you've seen really from both sides here today. It's not your typical sacrifice bunt position, but we'll see if Carmen gets another opportunity here. Count 1-1. Runner at first, Matt Vincent, who's hit by a pitch. That one's bunted foul. So both teams have struggled getting that sacrifice bunt down, and we'll see what happens here. The number 9 man, maybe they give him another chance at it here with 2 strikes, or if they tell him to choke up and swing away. We'll see what happens.
I mean, if the plan is to get that sacrifice bunt, if I'm on the bench or if I'm an assistant coach, I'm saying act like a statue.
We're working on bunting post game is what we're doing. We're working on everybody go up there and grab a bat, and we're going to work on bunting.
Cancel your plans until the sun goes down.
Yep. And a foul bunt attempt, strike 3. So Carmen is the 4th strikeout victim of the game as he does try to get that bunt down in 2 strikes, fouls it off. That will bring up now the shortstop, Joe Pokrifke. Joe 0 for 2, grounded out the first, flew out to right in the third. Blackhawks have a runner on first. Only their third base runner since the first inning. Off of Brett Snyder, the righty for Plainfield South, done a really nice job out there. And there is some action down in the Plainfield South bullpen. That pitch is in there for a strike, I believe. Nope, it was low for a ball. He just didn't move.
Wow.
And there's some side armor action down there in the Plainfield South bullpen.
I wish I brought my binoculars. These numbers are so tiny.
That one's grounded to third, played there by Kelleher. On to second, over to first, and Pokrifke beats that one out. Some good speed down that first baseline, so he will replace Vincent down at first on the fielder's choice. And that will bring up Kelly Roney, who's reached twice here in this one on a single and an E6. Wouldn't surprise me to see Pokrifke off here. You can see the sidearm action down there in the Plainfield South bullpen. So this could be it for Brett Snyder here. And if you're the Blackhawks, you'd be thrilled with that, I think, as they've struggled with Snyder here this afternoon. Pokrifke grounds out, or excuse me, that one's grounded to short by Roney. On to first, and the play is made by Pamachemum, and that will retire the side. So we're through 5. Still no score here at West Aurora. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. Still no score here at West Aurora. Pitching duel between Brett Snyder of Plainfield South and Colin Tarr for your Blackhawks. Tarr set the last 6 Cougars down in order, and he will face 2, 3, 4 here for Plainfield South. And Xander Tubbs is hit by the first pitch here in the 6th inning. So through 5, Tarr has given up 3 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 6, and now hit a batter. And that will bring up the number 3 man, Matt Kelleher. Matt's 0 for 2, grounded out the first, struck out to end the 3rd inning. We'll see if I can't imagine you're going to have your number 3. They are going to have their number 3 hitter bunt.
Wow.
He's holding that bat. He pulls it back. Swung on and missed. Down to second is Tubbs as he steals his 2nd bag of the game. So there you go. You have that batter holding that bat out like he's going to bunt, pulls it back while the third baseman runs in head first. And Kelleher swung through that one, but he has a runner in scoring position now with nobody out in the 6th inning. Let's see if Tarr bears down here. Gets Kelleher way out ahead of that one. 0-2. Kelleher pinwheeled himself into the ground with that swing. He's behind in the count. 0-2 now.
Wants to drive that runner home.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Kelleher, you want to get the ball over to the right side. Ground ball to second base is perfect. It's just as good as a sacrifice to get that runner over to third with less than 2 outs. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-2. And that's really what you want to be doing here if you have a runner on second with nobody out, is you just want to get the ball to the right side. A ground ball to the second baseman, a fly ball out to right field, something to the right side that gets that runner over to third base with less than 2 outs. But he's behind in the count right now, so choking up a bit and trying to make contact against Colin Tarr. And he does make contact, does hit it over to the right. Underneath the glove of Austin Pierce around third comes Tubbs. He will score on the E4, and Plainfield draws first blood. It is 1-0.
And you hate to see a ground ball like that, eat you up. But again, it goes back to the fundamentals there. And, hate to bring it up, but I mean, it's spring training. You gotta tighten them up.
And you saw Austin, he charged that ball. He was trying to field it quickly and make that throw. You almost feel like if he stayed back on it a little bit and let the ball come to him, he would have been able to make that play at first. But we now have a meeting at the mound as Zach Fabus comes up with a runner at first. Nobody out here. Plainfield South now leads this one 1-0. It's the 3rd error of the afternoon for the Blackhawks.
I almost feel like Pierce could make that play if maybe a runner wasn't soaring across third. If there was no one on, he could take his time and, loaf it over. But
yeah, I mean, he's made a handful of nice plays here this afternoon. So, it's just one of those things. Ball gets underneath your glove, and it is what it is. So you bounce back here with the next batter. That next batter is Zach Fabus. 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Takes that pitch low and in for a ball.
Wind is howling.
It certainly has picked up here over the last few minutes. One-0 pitch to Fabus is in there for a strike. Double-barreled action down there in the bullpen. You know that one of them is number 15, Bradley Hagenbaumer. Can't see who the other one is. That ball is grounded foul at the plate. 1-2. Plainfield South does not have the numbers on the front of their jerseys, so we can't tell you who that is, but we know one of them is number 15, as I mentioned. He's the side armor down there to the left.
Looks like number 21, Matt Kelleher.
That ball hits Fabus, and Fabus will go down to first base. So 2-hit batsman and an E4 here in the 6th inning has gotten the Blackhawks into a little bit of trouble, as Plainfield South now has 2 on, nobody out, and the number 5 hitter, Evan Chance, comes up.
Still no bullpen action for West Aurora. I kind of wonder if Tarr maybe did a different approach here. I noticed he was going inside more. Maybe let's hit batters there.
maybe as both teams confab. So Plainfield South meeting on the third baseline while West Aurora meets on the mound as John Reeves has a conversation with his starter, Colin Tarr. And I mean, you certainly can't fault Tarr. He's had a fantastic afternoon through 5. Obviously, a couple of hit batsmen here in the 6th have led to some trouble, but through his first 5, he's been fantastic. So another instance where he needs to really bear down, get the man in front of him, not worry about what's going on behind you. Just focus on the man at the plate. Try to get the man at the plate. Maybe get another strikeout. Maybe get a ground ball right at an infielder, turn 2. Get out of this giving up 1 run. Come back in the bottom of the 6th and try to get to that Plainfield South bullpen.
Yeah, both pitchers really throwing gems, and I mean, honestly, it really comes down to the situational hitting. The Cougars, they get the batters over. They don't keep them sitting. The Blackhawks got to work on that. And
Blackhawks had that golden opportunity in the first where they had 2 in scoring position and nobody out. That was the best scoring opportunity of the game for them, as Chance squares to bunt and takes that pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. So they are trying to get those runners into scoring position with less than 2 outs here. Chance squares to bunt, pulls it back, swings and misses, 1-1. It's got to be tough. I mean, it's hard enough to hit a baseball.
No, yeah.
When you're prepared and you're in your normal batting stance. It's got to be really hard to square yourself to bunt and then pull your bat back and then swing the ball to try to make contact. That's got to be hard.
It's the hardest thing in sports.
It is, and you're making it harder on yourself by squaring to bunt.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch to Chance. He does square, jabs at it, misses there, 1-2. So a strikeout would be huge here for Colin Tarr. He does have 6 of them through 5+. And he's coming off is really the best stretch of the game for him, where he had set down 6 straight batters coming into this inning. So Plainfield South able to get to him here a little bit. A couple of hit by pitches and an error lead to a Plainfield South run. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout for Colin Tarr. Strikeout number 7. Those runners will stay put at first and second now with 1 out. And the shortstop, Blake Pomachamum, will step in for the Cougars.
And that last strikeout's got to feel really good for Tarr. I mean, after what happened with the last 2 batters, getting that out, good refresher.
Yeah, breaking pitch had Chance fooled. See what Pomachamum can do here. At first pitch is low for a ball.
Got a pitch from Tarr here.
Inside to Pomachamum, 2-0. That one's right there for a strike.
Almost looked like he was going to bite there.
Yeah, checked his swing. Pitch was a little upstairs, maybe just not able to pull the trigger on that high fastball. 2-1 now the count on the shortstop, Blake Pomachamum.
Golden opportunity here.
Tarr is ready. Kicks and fires. Pomachamum hits that one on a line out to left center field. That's going to get down in front of Beatis. Brock has it, throws it into the infield. And that is going to bring home another run as Kelleher comes in to score. And it is 2-0 Plainfield. Down to second goes Fabus, as that is an unearned run as Kelleher reached on the error. So Plainfield South getting to Colin Tarr here a little bit in the 6th inning. Knocked him around for 2 runs, a hit, a couple of hit batsmen. Number 7 hitter Ryan Strezzo will bat now. Here comes the pitch to Strezzo. It's in there for a strike.
You got to wonder, Aaron, after the first time around, the whole lineup sees what the starter has, and, the second time around, he kind of has to reinvent himself. I think maybe the Cougars here just got the look,
Well, this is the third time through the lineup for most of the hitters. And, it's not like they've been putting, that last at bat from Pomachamum was the hardest hit ball off of Tarr all afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of this was self-inflicted here by Colin hitting a couple of batters to start this inning out. So it's not as if Plainfield is knocking him around. Colin just put a couple batters on with a couple of hit by pitches, an E4 and a single, and that leads to 2 runs. So West Aurora's got some work to do in the bottom of the 6th. Breaking pitch, check swing. He went around. That's going to be 0-2. Now, actually, that's going to be strike 3, on Strezzo. That is strikeout number 8 here for Tar. And if you're Colin, getting out of this with 2 runs, give your offense an opportunity here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Don't let this get away from you at all. And stepping in will be Evan Carey, the second baseman. Evan's 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 5th. Carey getting the signals from his third base coach. Bit of a delay here before Carey steps in. He's finally ready, steps in now.
Almost looks like
they're going to call Tar. They're going to call a balk here on Colin Tar, and that will put 2 runners in scoring position as Colin started his motion and then stopped. So 2 in scoring position now for the second baseman, Evan Carey.
Yeah, I was going to say, it almost looked like Tar kind of got a little flustered or distracted by the runner there, and yeah, that's what might have caused the balk there.
That's not Evan Carey. That is number 9, I believe. He's hit by a pitch. I believe that's number 9. Is that Zachary Coral down there? Number 9, is that what I'm seeing?
Yes. Yep. Third baseman, right-handed pitcher.
Yep, my roster is a little bit off-center, so it's hard for me to read. But Zachary Carroll hit by a pitch. That is the 3rd hit by pitch here in the 6th inning for the Blackhawks. Bases now loaded, 2 outs in the 6th inning. And the catcher, Brendan Pasquale, will step in for the Cougars. So, biggest at bat of the game here. If you are Colin Tar, try to get out of this thing. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Way upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, I think with the bases loaded, you want the infield to kind of be alert, but again, it's any base. So
yep, get the ball anywhere. But again, if you are Tar, just focus on what's in front of you. Can't worry about the bases loaded at this point. Pitch is low for a ball, 2-0. If Pasquale reaches, it'll go back up to the top of the order in Josh McGuigan. (2-0) pitch to the number 9 hitter. Time called as Tar's taking his time down there. Now he's ready. Here comes the 2-0. That one's hit in the air out to right field. Back for it. A diving catch out in right field by Alex Jackson to retire the side. Alex came in on it, had to go to his left, kind of went down on one knee, made a diving catch, and that will retire the side. Cougars break the ice, though. They take a 2-0 lead here as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning, Blackhawks trail for the first time today as Plainfield South puts up 2 in the 6th inning. Bit of control issues for Colin Tars. He hit 3 batters that inning, did strike out a pair, but 2 runs come across. Plainfield South leads 2-0. So defensive changes for Plainfield South. Bradley Hagenbauer comes in at second base. He was warming up down in the bullpen. He's now at second base, replacing Evan Carey. And there is some action in the Blackhawks bullpen. We will get you the name and number here as soon as he turns around. But Ben Wisniewski will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Blackhawks. Ben 1 for 2, doubled in the first, grounded out in the third. Leading off here in the bottom of the 6th, looking to get some offense against Brett Snyder. Runs a line down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Down the left field corner, and over to play it is Chance. And into first goes Wisniewski with a leadoff single, his second hit of the game. So if you're the Blackhawks, that's exactly how you want to respond to the last half inning for Plainfield South. Get that lead runner on and see if you can get something done. And we have a pinch runner here as Nathan Toma will come in to pinch run rather for Ben Wisniewski.
Yeah, and it looks like we have number 3 for West Aurora warming up in the bullpen. That is Kelly Roney.
Kelly Roney warming up. Kelly's been out in left field, so he might be coming in to pitch here. We'll see what changes they make out in left. And that will do it for Brett Snyder as he goes 5+, and we'll give you the particulars on the new pitcher right after this. All right, so we have some additional changes here for Plainfield South. Now into pitch is Matt Kelleher, who had started the game at third base. We have a new player at third base, number 6 for Plainfield South, and stepping in will be Ethan Weaver now at the dish for the Blackhawks. Runner at first, nobody out. That pitch is inside for a ball. Now, we don't have a number 6 on our roster, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you who the new third baseman is for Plainfield South. I can tell you Ethan Weaver swung through that pitch. He's behind the count, 0-2 now.
I feel like he's due for a big hit.
Be a nice time to get one, that's for sure. That one's upstairs for a ball, 1-2.
He's got a great big swing, and if he could just time one, I think he can go far. Big righty power.
See what happens here with the 1-2. Kelleher delivers. That one's in there, called strike 3. So that's first strikeout of the game for Kelleher. So Snyder went 5+, gave up 3 hits. He's responsible for that runner at first. He walked 1, struck out 4 in a very, very good pitching performance. Stepping up now is Colin Tarr, and Colin would love nothing more than to get those 2 runs back with 1 swing of the bat here. Takes that pitch upstairs for a ball. Nathan Toma at first, pinch running for Ben Wisniewski, who led off the inning with a single. That one gets away from the catcher, down to second. Will go Toma on the pass ball. So runner in scoring position here for the Blackhawks with 1 out in the 6th.
Could be the start for the Blackhawks here. You never know. Could spark something.
All it takes is 1. Colin 0 for 2, flew out to left in the first, grounded out to first in the fourth. Looking for a clutch hit here. Bottom of the sixth, runner at second, 1 out. Blackhawks trail 2-0. That one's fouled straight back. 2-1.
I was ready for that one.
As I mentioned, you sacrifice yourself for the camera. I'm going to be hiding under the table if we get a line drive this way.
Yeah, the way these boys are hitting, I don't blame you.
I'm just a coward, man. I'm diving out of the way.
I don't blame you, man. It's a rock. It's a flying rock.
Tar is ready. Here comes the 2-1. That one is, what is that one? A strike. 2-2. No, it's a ball. Is it? It says 3-1.
He pointed. I mean,
yeah, the scoreboard says 3-1, so we're gonna go with that. Colin looking for something to drive here, and he draws a walk. So first and second, 1 out here for the Blackhawks, and Brock Bietis will step in for West Aurora. It's the best scoring opportunity the Blackhawks have had since the first inning. In that first inning, Kelly Roney singled. Ben Wisniewski would double him to third. Those two runners were in scoring position with 1 out in the first, and they were not able to score. This is the first time they've had a runner at second base since the third inning. Brock takes that one in for a strike, 0-1.
Bietis is pretty smart going up there with that scarf.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little chilly. It's cooled down probably about 10 degrees since the start of the game, but it's baseball, and I'm good with it. I did a game. I told you this pregame. I did a game on Sunday. It was probably 39 degrees and windy. It was a 5-hour baseball game, and I loved every minute of it.
I don't know how you do it.
That one's fouled back our way. It's going to reach the seats. So 0-2 on the Blackhawks center fielder. Austin Pierce in the on-deck circle. Another player who is looking for a little bit of redemption here if he can get an opportunity in the sixth. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. 2-4-1 for the visitors. 0-3-3 for the Blackhawks. A very well-pitched game, if not a well-fielded game. There have been some fielding mishaps, but the pitching on both ends has been spectacular.
I would say so too, and to add to that, I just think the Cougars batting.
Bietis hits that one in the hole to the shortstop. Amachamam goes the short way to second, and Bietis beats out. Oh, they're going to say he beat out the throw to first. So infield single for Brock will load the bases. Thought Amachamam would try at least to go to second to get that man down there, but he doesn't. And everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded here. Bottom of the sixth for Austin Pierce.
Yeah, Aaron, I was going to say Cougars had a lot of offensive chances here. I mean, it's looking like the Blackhawks can cash in right here.
No, this is, again, their best opportunity since the first inning. They had the bases loaded and nobody out or 1 out, and there's a first pitch strike to Austin Pierce. Austin 0 for 1, walked, stole base in the second, popped out in the third. And he went around there, and he's behind in the count quickly. 0-2. Matt Vincent in the on-deck circle. And it looks like Kelly Roney is ready to go as he just walks past us. So we'll see who goes out to left for the Blackhawks in the seventh. 0-2 pitch. Gets away. It's going to be outside, not far enough, though, for anybody to advance. So count is 1-2.
Yeah, good on Pasquale to contain that.
The ball doesn't need to get that far away from the catcher in order for that runner at third to scamper home.
Yeah.
1-2 is the count on Pierce. That one's upstairs for a ball. 2-2 now. Austin looking to atone for that error last inning. See if he can pick up a single here. Pitch is way upstairs. That breaking pitch slipped out of the hand of Kelleher, and the count is now full. So if you're Austin Pierce, be patient, look for your pitch, see if you can get something to drive, and don't expand that strike zone. Don't let Kelleher get you out. Let's see what happens. 3-2 pitch. That one's lined foul. Look out.
Ooh. I
Nice,
think she dodged that, yeah.
nice play over there down the first base line by a fan on the other side of that fence.
Yeah, these baseballs are like heat-seeking missiles.
And they hurt just a little bit more in this weather, in this
Yes.
cold weather. Everything stings just a little bit more. So here we go. 3-2 pitch again to Austin Pierce. Austin grounds that one down to third. Fielded there. Throw to the plate. The ball's dropped by the catcher. Everybody's going to be safe. And the Blackhawks get within a run. It's 2-1 as the ball is dropped. So runs scored on the E2 by the catcher. It doesn't matter how. They just ask how many. And right now the Blackhawks get back to within a run here. It is now 2-1. Play was made nicely by the third baseman. Strong, accurate throw to the plate to Pasquale, and Pasquale just dropped it. Just popped out of his glove, and the Blackhawks are within a run at 2-1. Bases still loaded now, 1 out.
You know, we alluded earlier to, you know, pitchers not being able to really make throws off the mound. I think for catchers, it's kind of similar. They can't really receive like regular catches.
It's hard for a catcher to receive a throw from one of the bases. You're not used to, they try to play it like a first baseman where
Right.
they have their foot on the edge of the base and they stretch like a first baseman does. And that's not a natural,
It's weird.
It's not a natural feeling for them. And ball fell out of the glove of Pasquale. So the Blackhawks right back in this one as that pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. So the Blackhawks get a run back. It's 2-1. It's fouled off, 1-1.
Almost had that one.
One and one the count. Designated hitter Matt Vincent struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Grounds that one to third.
Ooh.
That one hops the third baseman. It's going to get away from him. Everybody's going to be safe, and the RBI single from Matt Vincent ties this one at 2. Vincent hit that one on a line. I don't know how you can give the third baseman an error there. That one was hit hard. We'll see what they do. Yeah, they gave him a hit. They gave Matt Vincent a hit there. Matt Vincent drives home Colin Tarr from third. So Plainfield South gets 2 in the top of the 6th. Blackhawks get 2 back in the bottom of the 6th. And going in to pinch run is Alex Jackson, who's been playing right field. So just probably leave Alex in the lineup down there.
Yeah.
Alex has been playing right field here this afternoon, and now he goes down to first base to pinch run for Matt Vincent. Now stepping in, the third baseman, Andrew Carmen. Same situation, bases loaded, 1 out, but we got a brand new ball game now. Game tied at 2.
Yeah, inning continues, and it kind of makes you wonder if had the pitcher remained at third base, if the inning will continue or end. I mean,
well, you also have to wonder, as that ball is lined to second, fielded there on to short. Nice slide down there at second base. The throw to the plate, and 2 runs come around to score. Oh, the second base umpire is going to call interference on Alex Jackson down at second base. So Jackson is out at second. The runner is out at first, and that will end the inning. So tough break for the Blackhawks as they had 2 runs come around to score there. That would have given them the lead, but we go to the 7th. Score tied at 2. All right, so we go to the top of the seventh in a controversial call to end the sixth inning. Ends the inning for the Blackhawks with the score tied at 2 rather than West Aurora leading 4-2. And we got changes all over the diamond, so bear with me here. The starting pitcher, Colin Tarr, has moved to short, and Colin went 6. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. 1 of them were earned. He walked 1, and he struck out 8. In to pitch is the left fielder, Kelly Roney, and we'll give you the rest of the particulars here in a second as the first pitch to McGuigan is upstairs for a ball. So Kelly Roney comes in to pitch. Colin Tarr goes to short. The shortstop, Joe Pokrifke, goes to second as that pitch is also upstairs for a ball. And the second baseman, Austin Pierce, moved to left. Say it with me? So the same players are all out there. They just shifted around. So pitcher to shortstop, shortstop to second, second to left, left to the mound.
You're a genius.
Yeah, we good? All right. So that pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1 on the leadoff hitter McGuigan, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a couple of groundouts.
Yeah, Aaron, this is the same team you said, but it's almost like a different identity.
Yeah, got different players all over. Same players out there, just in different places. That one's hit hard down the left field line. That is in it to the corner. McGuigan's going to make the big turn at first. Over there quickly to get it is Pierce, holding McGuigan to a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. That will bring up Xander Tubbs. Xander's reached base 3 times. Singled in the first, reached on an error in the third, was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and came around to score in the 6th. So 0 for 1 officially, but he's been on base 3 times and has stolen a couple of bases.
And these Cougars do like to run, so.
They do. They have run, yeah. Throw over to first, and McGuigan is back in safely. First pitch, nope, back over to first. And Roney's obviously aware of that, having seen the first 6 innings of the game. So he's keeping a close eye on McGuigan out there. There's the first pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1, 2 Tubbs. So we've had a really good ball game here. Really solid pitching. 2 runs in the top of the 6th for Plainfield South. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th for the Blackhawks. Little hit and run action there as Tubbs fouls that one off. He's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Off note, but that was a pretty cool catch by Kelly on the on-deck circle. Ball bounced off the fence and just caught it.
These guys are athletic, more athletic than I ever was. I maxed out in Little League. I love baseball. I just can't play it. That one's fouled straight back again. I'm also a whole lot older than you, so my my professional or my active athletic days are well behind me. I like to shoot the basketball in my driveway, but that's about the extent of my athletic prowess at this point in my life.
That's all that matters. As long as you're getting active and having fun.
I'm active, man. 0-2 is the count on Tubbs. Upstairs for a ball.
No, yeah. I mean, Aaron, when you called me in today and, said that we're going to have this game at West Aurora, I was really excited because in a way it's a kind of full circle for me. Didn't get a chance to go here, but I knew a lot of friends. And
you said your little brother goes to school here, right?
Right, yes.
That one's fouled straight back. So this is a place you live really close.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, your home turf, so to speak, even though you didn't go to school here. And for me, I've been a part of the West Aurora program now for about a little over 3 years now. I have absolutely no affiliation with the school other than Neil Orman and Rick Albright, as that one's fouled straight back. Neil and Rick kind of welcomed me with open arms into the basketball broadcast about 3 years ago. Last season, I took over the play-by-play call for the girls team, so Coach Ormond could be down on the court with the girls rather than in the rather than at the table calling the game. So I've been calling the girls games. Been involved with Neil and Rick for the boys games for a few years now. And West Aurora's, as this pitch is outside for a ball, the West Aurora family, I guess you could say, has really welcomed me, with open arms. A complete stranger, again, who has absolutely no connection to this school or this program or or anything like that. And it's been an absolute blast. I've loved the time that I've been able to spend here, and I'm thrilled now that I get to do more of it. I don't have to wait until the fall. High pitch swung on and missed. Throw down to second, and McGuigan is in there with the stolen base. So first strikeout of the game for Roney, and McGuigan will steal second. So he'll be there with one out here in the seventh. Yeah, it's been a great experience for me. It really has. Really, from the beginning, everybody involved with the West Aurora program that I've come in contact with has really just welcomed me, and it's been a blast. I've had a great time, and I get to do more of it. Now it's not just fall sports. Now it's spring sports too. So I'm looking forward to what the rest of this year brings as that pitch is fouled straight back by Kelleher, who's now the pitcher. Make that note in my scorebook, which is currently a mess, which is what happens with high school baseball. Kelleher is 0 for 3. He grounded out in the first, struck out in the third, reached on an error, and scored in the sixth. He was the one who hit that ground ball to Austin Pierce at second that went under his glove. Pitch to Kelleher is upstairs for a ball, 1-1.
But yeah, Aaron, to share that story, I played baseball too. I fizzled out, I guess, my sophomore year in high school, but I think it was for the better, honestly. Like looking back on it, it taught me to, take more bench time, keep a book, and kind of have kind of fall into that player management role.
It's grounded to the second baseman. Pokrifke fields that one over to first for the out. Down to third goes McGuigan, and there are two away here in the seventh. And it led you to where you are now, which is not just doing this for me, but you obviously are bigger and better things on the horizon. Well earned, well deserved for you. You and I will spend some time together on the Dogs broadcast later this year, but it leads you to other things. It's the same thing with me. I mean, I love sports. I've loved sports my whole life. That pitch is upstairs to Fabus for a ball. I've loved sports my whole life, but I don't have what you would call that athletic gene. So, instead I took this route, and I get to broadcast games, and I get to be at events, and I get to be involved with athletics. And to me, it's perfect. So counts 1-1 here on the designated hitter, Zach Fabus. Zach 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, singled back in the fourth, and was hit by a pitch last inning. He's up now with 2 outs and a runner on third. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1 rather. Kelly Roney on the mound in relief of Colin Tarr. Colin went the first 6, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. 1 of those runs was earned. He walked 1. He struck out 8. It was very, very good this afternoon. That one's grounded up the middle. Pokrifke fields it, slide, throw to first, and he gets him at first. Joe Pokrifke with a fantastic play down there at short. And equally impressive was the pick over at first by Ethan Weaver, keeping this thing 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning, and wow, what a play by Joe Pokrifke to end the top of the 7th. Just moved over from short to second, ranged far to his right, basically slid over the second base bag, and in one motion hopped up, made a strong throw over to first, and the first baseman, Ethan Weaver, an equally impressive job making that pick to retire the side. And how many times do you see it? Player makes a fantastic defensive play to end one inning, leads off the next inning. Joe Pokrifke looking to get the bottom of the 7th off and see if See if West can walk this one off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That one's lined foul, and Pokrifke behind in the count now 0-2. Joe 0 for 2 reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. 2-2, bottom of the 7th inning. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Plainfield South. 2, 5, and 3 for the Blackhawks. Pitches upstairs for a ball. It's 1-2 on Pokrifke.
Really skilled to have patience on that breaking ball.
1-2. That one's in the dirt. 2-2. This is the 3rd time in the game that Pokrifke has led off an inning. So as the leadoff hitter, he's getting those opportunities to actually lead off. He led off in the 1st, he led off in the 3rd, and he's leading off here again in the 7th. Way upstairs again. That's a 2nd time that's happened here to Kelleher, where really lost the grip on that breaking pitch and hasn't even been close with it, as Pokrifke has worked this count full. Fell behind in the count 0-2. Count's now full at 3-2. That one's in the dirt, and Joe Pokrifke draws a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Stepping in now will be the pitcher, now Kelly Roney. And a meeting on the mound. I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change here. Looks like we might. And we are. We'll come back with the particulars here in just a moment. Still 2-2, bottom of the 7th. New pitcher on the mound for Plainfield South is Jacob Sinisi, a junior right-hander. You can see he's got a bit of a sidearm delivery. Matt Kelleher will move back to third base. He went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, allowed the inherited runner to score, which was Ben Wisniewski. Allowed a run of his own, didn't walk anybody, struck out 1. And Sinisi's first batter will be Kelly Roney. So Kelly with a big hit here could get the win and the walk-off RBI.
You can't write it better, man. This is what baseball is all about.
Yep, so Kelleher goes back to third. That's where he started. He came in and pitched the 6th inning after Brett Snyder gave up a leadoff single in the 6th. He struck out the first batter he faced, then gave up a walk, a couple of singles. And the Blackhawks really, this game could be over right now if that play wasn't called interference in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Blackhawks got to do a little bit of work here in the 7th. And that man stepping in again, Kelly Roney, 1 for 3, singled in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th. That pitch is in the dirt, gets away, down to 2nd, goes Pokrifke. Here comes the throw, and Joe is safe on the wild pitch. So a runner in scoring position now with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Kelly Roney heading the count 1-0.
Yeah, the Steels have been going back and forth, and Blackhawks could be with the lethal blow here.
Yeah, a lot of base running in this one. Plainfield South early, West Aurora doing a little bit of damage here late. So Kelly Roney now, runner at 2nd. Fouls that pitch off. That's coming over by us. First baseman, Zach Fabus, was way in on the grass, came charging in there, even though Roney gave no indication that he was going to be bunting there. Psycho. But again, we talked about this earlier. Runner on 2nd, nobody out. If you're Joe Roney, or excuse me, for Kelly Roney. You want to get the ball over to the right side. That one's hit out to left field. Back on it goes Chance. He makes the catch in front of the wall, and the throw comes in. Pokrifke is not able to tag up. So Roney gave that one a ride. Chance made the catch a couple feet in front of that wall. So for the first out of the 7th inning. Stepping in now is Ben Wisniewski. So he's going to be, I guess, pinch hitting for himself, as he was pinch run for in the 6th inning. Comes up here in the 7th with a runner on second. Takes that pitch upstairs for a ball. He's 2 for 3. Doubled in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, singled to lead off the 6th. That pitch is upstairs for a ball. 2-0. Standing in the on-deck circle, Ethan Weaver.
Yeah, Wisniewski, a lefty catcher. I mean, you don't really see that too often.
A la AJ Pierzynski.
Yeah.
For you White Sox fans out there. And lefties, against this type of delivery, that sidearm delivery, as Wisniewski's ahead in the count 3-0, and they're just going to put him down on first. They're just going to finish the at-bat with the bases on balls. As I was going to say, a left-handed batter can see that type of delivery really, really well.
Yeah.
So not so much the righty, because you feel like the pitch is coming in, from almost behind you.
Going to graze you.
But as a lefty, and we have this situation again where Toma will pinch run for Wisniewski. So Nathan Toma scored the first run of the game for the Blackhawks in the 6th, pinch running for Wisniewski. He will pinch run for Wisniewski here in the 7th. Weaver steps in 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, pops that one foul off to the right, out of play. We are running out of sunlight here at West Aurora, so ending it now would be to everybody's advantage.
If only you could turn the football lights around and
just flip them around and tilt them a little bit.
Yeah.
That one's grounded, foul to the left, out of play. 0-2 now on Weaver. Colin Tarr.
West Aurora Stadium.
We got a bunch of cars over here. We just have them pull their cars up and all turn their lights on. Go old school. 0-2 pitch. That one's hit on the air, out to left center field. That's going to get down, and that's going to do it. Around third to score comes Pokrifke, and the Blackhawks walk this one off in the bottom of the 7th as Ethan Weaver gave it a ride. The Blackhawks win it 3-2. Wow. Well, it's quite a game for our first game of the year, huh?
I'm speechless. That was a storybook ending.
What a game this was. Blackhawks trail 2-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. They put up a pair in the 6th, and they walk it off in the 7th. Ethan Weaver struggled in this one. 0 for his first 3 with a couple of strikeouts. You can see he's the shirtless one out there as he has his jersey ripped off, as is custom. He walks it off with an RBI single, scoring Joe Pokrifke, which was, I guess, appropriate since it was Pokrifke who kept this thing tied going into the bottom of the 7th with a highlight reel defensive play in the top of the 7th inning. So that's a great game. Great first game of the year for us. So for the Blackhawks, 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. For Plainfield South, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Your winning pitcher is Kelly Roney, who pitches an inning of relief. Losing pitcher is Matt Kelleher. Blackhawks pick up the win. They walk it off by the final score of 3-2. So, Jesus, fun first game. Looking forward to Saturday, which is our next baseball game right here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Prior to that, though, my partner Eric and I will have badminton for you tomorrow night here on Twitter and Facebook. So for my partner, Jesus
What are the many names?
Jesus Mauricio. My name is Aaron Shell, and once again, your final score here from West Aurora. The Blackhawks walk it off. They beat Plainfield South by the final score of 3-2. We'll talk to you all tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your evening.